What is the first thought when you hear the word self-esteem? Some people immediately think it means having confidence within yourself or believing within your abilities. For others, the definition can be neutral. It simply means how you regard yourself in a positive or negative or neutral way, such as high self-esteem or low self-esteem. In reality, the definition of self-esteem is complicated and you have to create your own definition of self-esteem. The purpose of this video, we're going to talk about the word self-esteem as a subjective opinion of yours. With high self-esteem, you're likely to have positive opinion about yourself and confidence within your abilities, whereas with low self-esteem, you may struggle with lack of confidence and have difficulty bouncing back from your mistakes. Today, we're going to talk about actionable tools to create better understanding of what it means to have self-esteem and how it can help us live a more purposeful and value-driven life. So let's dive in. I'd like to welcome every self-healer to this healing space. Self-esteem is not based on facts, it's about your belief. We believe that we have low self-esteem when we have unhappiness, when we feel unsatisfied. Whereas we believe that we have high self-esteem when we feel positive and optimistic and confident. I will often hear clients that I have a low self-esteem. How can I improve it? I ask them, if a self-esteem is a bunch of thoughts and judgment made by your thinking self, so what is it like to have high self-esteem? What is it that you want to look at in terms of the self-esteem that you want to have? In other words, how do we convince our thinking self in a way that we start believing that we have a high self-esteem? And are we just convincing our thinking self, our mind, that we should have high self-esteem because we can do good things? I would argue that if we're just living our lives based on the thoughts of doing good things or bad things, maybe we want to take a look at the self-esteem in a different light. Let's dig deeper here. Imagine that your thoughts are negative and positive, like the pieces on a chess game. The black pieces represent the negative feelings and the white pieces represent the positive feelings. As we move through the chess game, we're gonna face undesirable feelings, the pieces, and that becomes sort of a threat. And this activates the fight response and we begin to attack ourselves by saying harsh and critical things. I'm not good at this, I can get this right, I'm gonna lose anyway, so what's the point? And then this action kind of motivates us to look at the white pieces, the positive things, kind of fight back, to counter these harsh things. Maybe I can do this, I can try this time, I can get this right, I can maybe ask for help. But the black pieces fight back again with the more negative things. And this whole self-esteem game becomes a cyclical nightmare. It kind of repeats and no one's winning or losing. For example, I tell myself I'm a good person because I spend time with my friend in need and complete a project together. And next day I argue with my wife and I said things that I regret. Then I tell myself that I'm a bad person. And then I beat myself with harsh statements. I mean, it becomes a vicious cycle. This is never-ending cycle. So now, which pieces, which thoughts are we going to pay attention to? Because we go through about 70 to 75,000 thoughts a day, and about 80% are negative. So what if instead of playing this mind game, we give up on the concept of improving your self-esteem by realizing that you are not your thoughts and feelings. Instead of you take a step back, observe your thoughts and judgment as if they're words or picture on the screen. Maybe even be grateful of these thoughts while recognizing that you are so much more than this judgment and your thoughts. For example, your thought could be you didn't like how you present some information to your boss and you tell yourself, I'm not good enough. I will never get a raise. Imagine now stepping back again, placing this thought on screen and you're not those words. So by simply accepting and acknowledging your thoughts and your judgments, and you can step away from this chess game of trying to improve your self-esteem. Then you can start to realize that you're just enough, just being you. as a person is so much more than the sum of your actions. As a result, you're not the pieces on the chessboard. You're the chessboard. You're the space and capacity contains these pieces, these thoughts. Because that's the concept that we want to hold on to. It's not about winning the game. It's about being with these pieces. Trying to improve your self-esteem may give you some immediate sort of gratification and joy, but in the long run, it can be very exhausting. High self-esteem is not necessary to create a joyful or purposeful life. It can create it by connecting with your values. For example, you have identified one of your values as creating more meaningful friendships, then you might set a goal of inviting a friend over to dinner in the next 2 weeks. So just because you're inviting your friend, that doesn't mean you have a high self-esteem. You're inviting your friend because that's one of your values. It's a one action but two different intentions. So instead of focusing on improving your self-esteem, focus on living your life values. In other words, we want to let go of this self-esteem trap of good thoughts or bad thoughts, but intentionally focusing on the values that you want to have. So it's about having your relationship with yourself, like what's valuable, what's meaningful to you. Here are some examples of different values, and let's take a moment to see what values you find significant, and let's take a look at how you can set some goals to begin living out your values in the choices that you make every day. So first step, set immediate small goal that aligns with your values. Be specific here and make sure that it's something that easily attainable. Completing something small is like this will give you confidence, live a purposeful and value-driven life. For example, if your value is to keep your home tidy and organized, maybe you can set a goal to clean the dishes within 30 minutes of eating your dinner. Step 2. Ask yourself what specific actions you can take over next week that aligns with your values again. For example, if your goal is to work in a field where you're helping people and your current job is not this, then make an arrangement with yourself to set some time, maybe on Saturday morning, to research new job opportunities. The third column, the step 3, ask yourself what things you can do over next month or two that will help you live value-driven life. Remember to be specific here again. For example, the goal of finding a new job helping people, maybe set a goal of spending, for example, if with the goal of finding a new job helping people, then you can set a goal of sending out 5 applications in the next or 2 months. Step 4, dream big here without limits. Ask yourself, where do you want to see yourself in next 2 years or in 5 years or 10 years? All right, well done. And I like to inform you that there's no right or wrong way of doing this, because the value-driven life is about your life, right? It's about your autonomy, your orientation, what kind of life you want to have. So it comes down to sort of a self-acceptance and self-trust, meaning that just being okay with who you are and where you are in your life journey. Because as you move forward, you're gonna see different things, you're gonna see different progress, you're gonna see different setbacks, and that's okay. Russ Harris, from his book, The Happiness Trap, stated that you're neither black pieces or white pieces in a chess game. You're the board. These white pieces and black pieces are your achievement, failure, thoughts, opinion, feelings, memories, and images. Are you your thoughts? Are you your feelings? Are you your achievement or failure? You are the board, so you can allow these pieces to explore and experience life to the fullest. So let's all accept all the experiences and trust your ability to choose what's meaningful for you. Again, it's all for you. This takes effort and conscious awareness to intentionally live value-driven life and let go of the game of high self-esteem or low self-esteem. So set meaningful goals on a daily basis and you'll be on your way to joyful and purposeful life. So take all the time you need and take good care of yourself and do your healing every day.